Char Margolis, Char Communications Incorporated, and CharVision LLC do not endorse or offer for any purpose but entertainment the views of any guest or other expert on CharVision or UBN.
I knew things before they happened from the time I was a child. At the age of 8, I saw a spirit at the foot of my bed and didn't know what it was. And in my 20s, I finally realized I had a special ability that could help others. I have learned that love never dies. There is a spirit world that can communicate with us, and we all have the gift of intuition. Join me, and together we will explore the possibilities of the unknown from beyond and more. This is CharVision. Hello, everybody. It's Sunny and Char, and today is November 15th, 2019, in case you're watching this many years from now, or any day. Thank you for watching. I'm very excited right now because the galley of my book is out. The universe is calling you, and I'm so proud of it, and I'm so excited about it. And I have a really nice quote from Michael Patrick King, who wrote Sex and the City, and from Chris Colfer, who wrote The Land of Stories. He's a best-selling author, and he was on Glee. And then, of course, the foreword is by RuPaul. And I'm just grateful to all these guys for supporting me and supporting my work. It means the world to me and to you guys. And guess what? You can pre-order this on Amazon.com. And also BarnesandNoble.com. And you can pre-order it and maybe give it doesn't come out till February 18th, but maybe if you pre-order it, you'll be able to get a copy because I'm not sure how many will be available. And then you can give it to people for Christmas and just with a little card. So I just would love for you to read it. It means the world to me to have this book out, and I appreciate St. Martin's Press and everybody at Macmillan. Okay, so today I have a famous actress on, and her name is April Hernandez Castillo. Now, you may have seen her in Nurse Jackie. You may have seen her in Dexter. She's been on so many different television shows, and she's most noted for her role in the movie Freedom Writers, starring Hilary Swank. And we're going to find out how she got into acting, but also she wears different hats because she's an expert in as a survivor of teen dating violence. And we're going to talk about that because, gosh, so many people are in relationships that are just dysfunctional. And she wrote a book. So April, are you there?
I am.
Oh, my God. Thank you so much for being here. You're so beautiful.
Thank you.
You're just so beautiful. And your book is called Your Voice, Your Choice.
Yeah.
So, and you've done TED Talks as well. So where should we start? Let's start about how you started to be an actress. Let's start there.
Let's start from there.
Okay.
I think that's a good start. It's interesting. All of my life, I played sports. I was very athletic. So I thought I would just be in some either nutritionist or something into the athletic world. Mm-hmm. I attended college, walked into the chemistry class, and I walked right out. So I was like, this pretty face does not do science, especially chemistry. And I ended up taking an elective, which was acting 101. And so that is where I began my journey. I always say that acting sort of found me. And so I started taking classes and really just understanding what acting was and theater. And it happened pretty quick for myself. Mm-hmm. Like I auditioned for this commercial. It was a very big commercial.
And where was this in New York?
This was in New York City.
And you live in the Bronx now?
I live in the Bronx now, yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And
So
so
you fell into it.
I just fell into it. I was never, I mean, I'm Puerto Rican. We're all funny. I just always felt like, yeah, we're funny and we're charismatic, but I didn't have anyone encouraging me to become an actor.
That's amazing. It's really like meant to be.
I feel like it was. It definitely was because once again, I as a teenager, I never took classes. I was never into the arts. I was an athlete. I was a jock.
What and what did you do as an athlete?
I played softball. I played volleyball. I ran track. So health was always
Wow.
part of everything that I did.
Do you still do all that?
No.
No.
I mean,
Well,
I'm always working out,
but you have
obviously, because
kids. You have kids now.
I have kids now. And so I do miss playing sports, but it isn't something that
But
I'm
you don't run
pursuing.
the 5Ks in New York or
Absolutely not. My knees would just snap.
oh, yeah. That
Yeah,
happens in sports. Like and when you get older, when you get to be my age, I can feel this all this snow skiing I did, you
right.
know?
You could just feel everything.
Mhm.
You just wake up and you're like, why am I hurting? I don't
Yeah.
know why.
And well, okay, so what commercial did you do?
So I did a Visa check card commercial with Yogi Berra and Yao Ming, and it aired for the Super Bowl. That was my
Okay.
first
That's
official.
okay. Talking about luck.
Yes. Yes.
You must have luck in your astrological chart.
Oh gosh, I hope
I
I do. I
well,
mean,
come on. You've just fell
yeah,
into acting. You just so happen to be in the Super Bowl commercial.
I
Those
did.
are like a gazillion dollars to put on.
It was, and you know what? I mean, this was before social media. This was before the internet. So sometimes I wonder what it would have been like had it been now. But that was my first paying gig, and I
Hmm.
became a SAG member, and I considered myself. I was like, oh, I'm a working actor now. Okay, this is serious.
And so what was the first role you had in which you were Nurse Jackie? I mean, I've even watched Dexter and Nurse Jackie. I've watched those shows.
I believe my first TV role was, of course, a Law and Order.
Oh,
This is
Law and Order.
this is yeah, I'm like taking it way back, right? This isn't with Mariska right now. This was the I think
Whoa.
the original first Law and Order. And I think probably every New Yorker has probably done a Law and Order.
I bet not. I bet
I mean,
not.
it's a lot of I mean, if you don't, then I don't know. But that was my first job. And it was
Okay, and
great and it was
so, but
phenomenal.
here's the deal: like you grew up having really great self-esteem,
I did. Yes, because of my parents.
right? Because
Hmm.
that they instill that in us.
Absolutely.
Hopefully, people have parents that do that. So you really had great self-esteem, but then
Hmm.
you ended up in an abusive relationship. When was this before you were an actress, or
It was. It was. So I was in a relationship from about the age of 16 to almost 20.
mm-hmm.
And that is when I was being abused from almost up until my early 20s. And it was physical and emotional abuse.
Oh my.
Not fun for a teenager, not fun at all.
No,
But
but
I
you're so brave to talk about it.
yeah, I mean, I've done the work. I've done the work on myself, and so, but I wasn't brave when I first was in that situation. I think when you fall into an abusive relationship at first,
Mm-hmm.
you don't really realize that it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
You just think and you hope and pray that it will pass, if that makes any
Yeah,
sense.
well, like you always think he's going to change because you
Right.
probably grew up with people who loved you and you loved them and they were kind and generous and loving and you weren't used to being with somebody who was a nutcase.
No, I was not. And I'm glad you brought up that point because my father, he's still alive. He's my best friend. He's my hero. And he
Ah,
adored my mother. My parents were together for 46 years. So you
wow.
are correct in saying it wasn't something that I was used to seeing. And it wasn't my normal, if that
No,
makes
of
any
course
sense.
not. So when you're raised like that, you think that everybody's going to be like that. And
Hmm.
then
And
the
then
real
you realize,
world happens and you see that Not everybody's loving like you are.
No, no. And unfortunate, it happens, and it's happening at a higher rate now more than ever. I mean, I speak to teenagers all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and I always ask a question. I usually ask the students how many of you have witnessed or know someone who's been in an abusive relationship. Probably 98% of the time, all the hands go up.
Oh my.
Right. And it doesn't matter the demographic. It doesn't matter the ethnicity.
And
I've
your
been in.
book, your voice, your choice, is that about teenage?
It's my story. It really is just my story of being a survivor of teen dating violence, how I fell into it, and how I was able to leave, and all the things that was able to do after that.
Who
So
was
for
this guy?
me,
Who was this guy?
what do you mean?
The guy that that
He was my
abused you
boyfriend. He was my first
from high
boyfriend.
school, or?
He was he was a few years older than me.
Mm-hmm.
So he wasn't a high school student. He was, I want to say, in his early 20s.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And
I shouldn't have been
is he?
dating much.
You don't know if he's still alive or not, right?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's been so long.
Right. It's
I
been
don't know, and
thank
nor
God you
do I.
got out of it. But how were you brave enough to get out of it? Because he
Hmm,
probably threatened you.
that's that's an understatement. I think everyone has a threshold, right?
Right.
I feel like every person can handle but so much, and so for me, the abuse was escalating to a point where, one, I was becoming aggressive myself.
Oh.
Um, and second, I wasn't really afraid of him anymore. And
Mm-hmm.
that's when I knew it was bad. And then what made me really take that decision, I wanted to end my own life.
Oh no.
Hmm. So it got that bad. It was just a situation where I just felt like if I didn't wake up another day, I felt like all my pain would go away, which
And did you get pregnant?
I did become pregnant,
I
yes.
had a
And I had an
feeling
abortion.
about that.
I'm sorry?
I said I had a feeling you got pregnant.
Yeah, unfortunately, I became pregnant, and I decided to abort the baby.
But that was the wisest thing to do at that time.
For myself,
And
yes.
also for that little spirit, because I had a feeling that you had an abortion and that you got pregnant, and I feel like I'm supposed to tell you that that little spirit is grateful to you
Oh, thank you.
for because the spirit has come back on the earth somehow. I feel maybe even with one of your kids,
Oh, wow.
like a reincarnation or something. I feel like you did them, like you saved a lot of grief for you and them.
Hmm.
Did you ever think that?
I mean, I've already seen the child that I had in a vision, and it was beautiful, and she was a girl.
Right.
So, and I have two girls now, so that sort of makes sense for me.
Right.
And
Wow.
yeah, it was amazing.
God
Actually,
bless you. God bless you
thank
for
you.
like surviving this whole thing. I mean, you're lucky that you're alive.
I am. I am. I mean, I think it was just really making a decision. When people ask me, like, oh, how did you do it? And I said, I didn't do anything special. I just made a decision
Mm-hmm.
that I was worth it, and I wasn't going to put up with it.
Did you go to therapy after?
No, no. I mean, still fairly young. I was 20
Right.
when it happened. And what I did do was I made a decision that I would turn this negative into a positive. So I used it as ammunition to say,
Right.
watch what I'm going to do.
Okay. So,
Like,
go on.
I didn't die. He didn't kill me.
Right.
So watch me.
So, okay. So many people that watch CharVision and are either, I mean, some people are in abusive relationships. Some people know people who are in abusive relationships.
Right.
Some have children who are in abusive relationships. What advice can you give to them?
I'm always very careful when I give advice because everyone's situation is extremely different.
Right.
What I can say from when I was abused till now, the amount of resources that are available.
Mm-hmm.
So that is something I wish I had. So number one, the resources, even if you just put in, I'm being abused or the national hotline for domestic violence, it comes up, and so many things come up online, which is great. Secondly, you, you're not alone. Although we
Right.
may feel it, the internet actually can become our safety place, and
Did you
you
go
don't
to one
have.
of those places?
I didn't do anything. I just
You just
left.
did it.
I just broke up with him, and I was terrified. I didn't know if he would come back and try to kill me, and he didn't. And I just think that I had some angels protecting me. And
Right.
so it wasn't until 10 years after that I began to share my story. And then that's
Mm-hmm.
when I realized, like, oh, I think I need to do some work on myself.
And is that
I
when you
think,
wrote the book?
and that's when I decided to write the book. That's when I decided to start talking about my story. That's when I decided to even tell my parents, because no one knew that I was
You didn't
being
tell
abused.
your parents?
No one knew. No one. No one.
You're tough. Wow.
It's shame. It's
It's
the shame that keeps you silent,
right.
right? It's just that pain of like, well, I left. Do I really need to relive this? But obviously, when you don't deal with your trauma, it does eventually follow you. And so
Right.
I had to just finally come to a place where I had to start taking care of myself, because I can't, I couldn't leave it. I couldn't just leave it there. I had to
Mm-hmm.
deal with it. And as a public speaker, I also didn't want to speak from a place of pain,
Right.
but I wanted to speak from a place of power and forgiveness and love. I didn't want to be on stages and, because I don't hate men. It's not a
Mm-hmm.
message I've ever, spoken about. That's not my thing.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't angry at men. It was just a situation that I unfortunately fell into.
Why do you think people stay in abusive relationships?
Oh, there's 1,001 reasons why. I can't even tell
Insecurity?
you one.
Insecurity and they don't want to be alone?
No, I really just think it's fear and shame.
Fear and shame.
Fear and shame. You don't know a woman's situation if she has kids that can keep her financial. Sometimes you think it's going to change. Sometimes you're just completely terrified, or you're just in shock.
But what
So there's so many reasons
you
why.
had an experience with postpartum depression.
Hmm. I
So how
did.
did you handle that?
That was another episode. So I've been with my husband, not the abuser, for we've been together for 18 years. He's my best friend, the love of my life. But
Oh.
having children for me at the beginning was not something I ever desired. I never desired to become a mother.
Mm-hmm.
Never.
Mm-hmm.
I just, I guess after my experience with an abortion and an abusive relationship, also I had a tough relationship with my mother.
Mm-hmm.
Maternally, I just felt like I don't think I could ever, like, be a good mom. And so
Oh.
when I did have my first daughter, I fell into a very, very, very deep depression. And
Mm.
it was just like the saddest thing, because no one prepares you for that kind of stuff
Mm-hmm.
when you have a child.
Right. And
Right? Because you Hollywood makes it always seem like having a child is amazing, and it's,
mm-hmm.
and for some women it is, but for myself it was really
But
intense.
your husband really helped you through it.
Oh, he is a saving grace.
He's an angel on
And
earth.
he is he is he always wanted to be a father, and I just it's I mean, I'm better now, right? I have two of them, so something must have
And
worked.
how old are your
And then
girls?
my girls are 7 and
Uh-huh.
2 years old.
7 and 2?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. You have a
Yes.
2-year-old. How
I have,
cute.
I she's
The
she's
cutest. She
she's
what?
adorable, but she's a lot.
She's a lot to handle, right?
She's a lot. Yeah. She's intense.
Yeah. And then the 7-year-old, kids are so amazing because they speak the truth. What's in their head
They
is on their
do.
tongue, right?
They do. They really are. I think they are some of our best teachers.
Right? And so I notice with little kids that they say things that are very intuitive and psychic, or they read your mind.
My daughter, my eldest daughter, is extremely intuitive,
Right.
and I'm always amazed. And so I always give her an opportunity to just to trust herself, because I think when we begin to trust our intuition at a young age, that
Yes.
really is our guiding light.
Yes, you're right. I agree.
Yeah, I really feel like when you can trust your gut, it'll always lead you to the right path.
And you're giving her a great gift by allowing her to express herself like this. And then her dad as well must be.
Right.
He
Oh
must
yeah,
be a healer as well, like all of you.
we communicate a lot. We do. I think that's something that we were when we had children, we did it on purpose, because we
Mm-hmm.
both grew up in homes that speak no evil, see no evil. You just
Right.
don't say anything.
Yeah.
And I refuse to raise my daughters and not thinking that their voices don't matter. Not happening.
That's so, so special. I mean, just think about how many people hide and don't raise their families like that.
Right.
And where there's not communication, I mean, you're so blessed to have a husband who can communicate, and that you can communicate. Obviously, because you're doing TED Talks, you've got to be an amazing communicator.
Oh, listen, that was a dream come true. And it was something where I truly manifested that. I think 2 years ago, I was in a car with someone, and I had learned that they did a TED Talk. And I said, well, one of my dreams is to do a TED Talk.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 years later, October 6th, I did my first TED Talk. And it
Did
was,
you look to do it, or they called you, or how did that happen?
once again, it sort of came to me. It was a friend who was going to do one, and they would say asking him if he knew anyone else, and he said the first person I thought of was me, was you. And I said, of course I'm going to do it. This is,
Incredible.
yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it's
So
not
you
easy
fell
to
in.
get to do it.
Okay, so you have amazing guardian angels and spirit guides. They just kind of throw things in your path, and amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. My mom has always told me that I have a guardian angel.
I I believe, I'm sure of it,
Right.
because look at all these terrific things you're doing. And so do you speak all the time now, or you act and speak?
I act and speak. I've been speaking more lately than acting. When I had my daughter, I had to obviously take time off, and life just gets in the way. And then, out of nowhere, you book a job. But I've always been speaking. So for like the last 8 years, speaking has sort of become like my second profession.
So how can people get Your Voice, Your Choice, your book?
They can go on Amazon, or they
Okay.
can go on
Okay.
BarnesandNobles.com.
Who published
Mhm.
it?
It was from the speaking company that I used to be with,
Oh,
Cool Speak. Yes, so it's an independent publisher.
okay.
Yeah,
And then now you just worked on NBC's New Amsterdam.
I did.
How was that?
It was amazing. I didn't realize how big of a show it was. All of my friends who I told, they were just like, "That is my show." And being able to work on set, I yesterday was my last day, and
Oh,
it was great. It was amazing. I can't wait
so
for everyone to
so
see it next
it didn't air
Tuesday.
yet.
No, actually, November 19th is the first episode.
Okay, so we can't talk about what your character did. You can't give it
No,
away.
I cannot give it away. They will
Okay. I don't want
they will be mad.
we don't want to mess up your what your the storyline. What's the next thing you're doing? Do you have anything, well, probably speaking, huh?
Yes. I mean, I think of my for 2020, my goal is to finally put up my one woman show. I've been writing for years on it, and I've been putting it away just because of I don't know, I think it's a little fear, when you're putting something out that
Right. What's your
honest.
social media? So when you start publicizing all this? How can the viewers watch you or the
Oh,
listeners?
absolutely. I mean, the best way to find me is on Instagram at April L. Hernandez. That is the place to find me, and I'm always there.
On
And
Instagram at April L. Hernandez.
at April L. Hernandez. Yes, correct.
Okay, I'm going to ask Nicole in my office, would you please follow April for us so we can follow you and see what you're
thank
doing?
you.
And we, of course, that would be great. And what do you have plans for this holiday?
I think it's just, for the first time, we're going to have it in my own home. I'm not making the turkey. I'm not.
Is this Thanksgiving?
This is Thanksgiving. We're going to have it in my house. And then usually for Christmas, we just go upstate and have fun in my cousin's house. And it's really just a time of like winding down and just
so much
focusing and
fun.
being with the family.
So much fun. Well, it's truly an honor and a privilege to meet you and to know you. And thank you for all the healing work you do for everybody, and that you're brave enough to go out there and help other people, because there's so many people who are in that situation of abuse and don't know how to get out of it.
Right. And once again, it's just making a decision and taking that first step, as scary as that may be.
Right.
There's hope on the other side.
Yeah.
Really, there is.
You're living proof of it.
Yes, I am. I really am.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to meet you, and good luck with all your speaking events, and I hope one day our paths will cross in person.
I would love that so much, Char. Thank you
too.
so much for having me.
It's my pleasure. It's an honor. God bless you. Be well.
God bless you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. What a doll. Okay. We're going to take a little break, but don't go anywhere, because I am going to do some readings. Hey everybody, it's Sunny and Char, and I am so excited. I am over the moon to share with you that I have a new book coming out called The Universe is Calling You. And there's an amazing foreword by RuPaul. There's an endorsement by Chris Colfer. It's about understanding your intuition. It's about protecting yourself from negative energies. It's about understanding your essence and your true purpose and your soul's purpose on this earth. You can get it at barnesandnoble.com. You can get it at amazon.com. I would love for you to order the book and let me know what you think of it. Write a review for us if you feel like it. Thanks so much. Hey everybody, it's Sunny and Char, and I just wanted to answer a couple questions. People have been calling the office and texting and emailing. Do I do private sessions? Well, yes, I do. And I love reading for my clients. I do phone, Skype, FaceTime, and in person if we're in the same city. I also teach intuition. So if you have an interest in doing that, or if you're interested in getting your family together and you want a group reading, I do those as well. So just call 248-909-2427, ask for Nicole, and I look forward to reading for you. Thanks. Okie dokie, we're going to take some callers, but before I do, I want to let everybody know that I will be taping Access Hollywood. I'll be doing some Man on the Street readings at Universal Studios, and then I'll be in their studio on the 17th, and you know what? I'm not sure when it airs. I probably should know this. It might be the 18th, but if you follow us on social media, I think you'll really love it, because I'll be doing some School for Psychics on Access Hollywood. So there you go. Okay, let's get our first caller in. Hello?
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Okay, I just need you to be open-minded about everybody, living and deceased, okay?
Okay.
Okay, don't just think of one person, though, but is there an M or J person around you?
Yes, J.
Is it J a male?
No,
A
female.
female J? Is it J with an N in the name or an L in it?
N.
Is it like J-O or J-E?
No,
Or is it Janet or Jane or
Janet.
Janet? Is this your mom or
Mhm.
is it your mom?
Yes,
Is she deceased?
yes,
Is your mom deceased?
yes,
Gosh, I feel like you wanted me to connect with her.
yeah,
She was first on your list, right?
yes, always.
Always. Okay, so she wants you to know that she's in a good place and she's watching over you, but she's saying you've had some frustrating time recently.
Yeah,
Like have you like not been happy recently?
just the grief has been really bad.
Okay, so here's what I tell people, and I'm sure of this. They feel us, they hear us, they see us. Their energy is connected to our energy. So when you're sad, your mom's will be sad. When you're happy, your mom will be happy. Now, I can guarantee you that she went to a good neighborhood. She's in a good place.
Mhm.
Not everybody goes to a good place, but your mom is in a good place. And she wants you to know that she's at peace and she said she tried to connect with you. She tried.
Really?
Yeah, did you feel her at night or did you wake up in the middle of the night and or dream of her?
No, I would love to dream of her. The only thing is, a couple nights ago, I couldn't sleep, and I kept seeing like images in my mind's eye, but I didn't have like a visit or
I
anything.
think that was her trying to connect with you. And I think it
Wow.
was her angels trying to connect with you because she's saying in the middle of the night, you woke up in the middle of the night and you could sleep. That's
Okay.
her. And also, I don't know who this is. Is there a William or Bill around you or B? B or R?
There's a yeah, there's a similar name to that. Yeah.
What, Will or Bill or
They
Phil?
called Bill was
Billy?
his nickname.
Who is that?
That's my husband's grandfather.
And he's deceased?
Mhm.
I think he's around. Do you have kids?
Yes.
I feel like he hangs out with your kids. Do you have a little boy?
Oh. Yeah.
Is he Bill or no?
No.
No. Okay. And there's also a C, a C.
Yes. There's a C.
Is the C your child or your husband?
No, my father-in-law.
Who's deceased?
Yes.
Is he CH or
Yes.
like
C-H.
Charles, Chuck or Charles or Chris?
Chris.
He's deceased, right?
Yes.
So is his father Bill or that's
No,
that's
that's
the other
his.
side.
That's his. That was his father-in-law.
Okay, so Chris looks over your children as well. Keeps an eye on
That's
them.
good.
Who wants to?
Sorry.
He keeps an eye on them. They're showing me either a fireman or a policeman. Do the kids dress up like this or play with firemen or policemen stuff?
No,
Okay, why am I seeing a fireman or policeman?
I don't know.
Or somebody in a uniform. There's someone in a uniform. You don't know what that...
I can't think of anybody.
Okay,
No.
Okay, not to worry. I think I need to move on. Maybe this is for someone else. But thank you so much for calling.
Is there any way? I mean, how can my mom come through to me again? Is there any way to help facilitate that?
You know what? Just keep a white light around her. First, put one around you, and then put yourself in an egg that has a mirror around it to make sure that you're protected. And then ask her, and when she's ready, she'll come, and it'll probably be a vivid dream. And also listen to your children. Your children may come up with talking about her.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome, sweetheart. It's so hard to lose somebody we love so dearly. But you know, the truth is one day when it's your time, you'll be there with her too. So, but don't hurry it up. She's not ready for you.
I know. I just miss her so much.
Of course you do, but you know what? You'll hear her in your head. Like what would my mom say? What would Janet say? And you'll get messages. You'll know how to handle situations. Take good care.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
You
bye-bye.
too.
Aw,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye. So it's so hard. It's so hard to lose. It doesn't matter how old the person is when they die. It's just so hard to lose our loved one, our moms, our dads, Tony, thank you for being so kind to me and taking all these callers and everything, but I know you had a hard time this year losing your mom, didn't you? Yeah. And Tony talked to his mom every single day, right? Every single day. You still do. See, and that's the good part. Okay, let's get another caller. Hey, hi.
Hello, Sonny and Char.
Oh, my goodness. How are you?
I am fantastic. I love you. I have seen everything you've ever been on from way back in the day with John Edward.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much. That's so kind of you. Thank you so much for watching CharVision. It means the world to me.
Oh,
Okay.
you're welcome. I thoroughly enjoy it.
Well, thank you. Okay, so just be open about everybody living and deceased. It might be a first name, a last name, middle name, but I'm seeing a C or an S. Is there an S or C person close to you? And the other thing I'm getting is an A or M.
Now, there is an A. My grandmother's name was Alma.
Okay, don't say names, but that's okay. I think your grandma I think her spirit is probably around you. And is there also a J or G person?
Yes, ma'am.
A J or G?
J.
A male?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it J-O or J with an M in it?
Yes, ma'am, with an M in it.
Jimmy, James?
Yes, ma'am, James.
Okay, is this your husband or your father?
Actually, it's my ex-husband.
Oh, your husband. Okay, I heard husband. So it's your ex-husband. Is he deceased?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if he were to come in and apologize to you, would that make any sense to you?
Absolutely, because he was extremely abusive.
He was really abusive, and it's interesting that that's the topic of my guest today, was talking about people being April
absolutely.
Hernandez.
I thoroughly enjoyed hearing her. Yes.
Yeah, but you survived his abuse, but he's saying he's paid for it in karma in the spirit world. You know, what goes around comes around.
Yes, ma'am.
And what comes around goes around, and have you forgiven him? You don't. Can you forgive him?
Oh, yes. Yes, ma'am. I had to for my own. We have a child. We had a daughter together.
Right.
And for her sanity as well as mine, I did that many years ago.
Yeah, and it's good that you didn't carry that hate or inside of you, because it's just not good to carry, any of us. We all need to forgive and move on. And plus, but he's really trying to make his way over there. Did he drink at all?
Yes, ma'am.
Was he an alcoholic?
Yes, ma'am. Very much so.
Yeah, the alcohol made him angry.
Yeah, he died of cirrhosis of the liver.
Yeah, he's showing me that the alcohol really screwed him up emotionally, physically, psychologically. Yeah.
Right.
Well, so what's interesting is you're a much older soul than he is, and you're a much more positive energy, obviously. Who do you know? Bobby, Robert?
His dad's name was Robert.
He's with Robert.
That would be his dad, and his dad is deceased.
Yeah, is his dad an alcoholic as well?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's how he's saying that was his role model, and that's how he knew how to. It's the only way he knew how to live. But your daughter, though, is not like him. She's way more like you.
Mm-hmm. Very much so. She was only 3 years old when I left.
Right.
So, and there was very little contact with him.
Yeah, that's good because she's lovely and she'll always be there for you.
Well, thank you. I hope so. She's a good daughter.
I know so. And also, do you have a dog?
Oh, I've had many, many throughout my life.
Yeah, because I feel like there's a spirit dog here.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah, was there an S spirit dog, an S? Or a
I'm sure. In all, I've had dogs all my life.
Okay,
I'm
so
68 years old.
And but also was there a B or P?
Yes, ma'am.
What, a B or P?
P as in Peavy.
Peavy, was that his name?
Yes, ma'am.
Aw, well, Peavy's here. Peavy loves you. So
It's cool.
anyway, so I want to wish you a happy holiday and thank you so much for watching CharVision and for following us. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
I hope you
Thank
order my
you
book,
so
The Universe is Calling You. You can pre-order it on Amazon or barnesandnoble.com. I think you might like
I
it.
am on there right now and order it. Thank you
Okay.
so much. You do such incredible work.
That's so kind
You
of
really
you.
do. And I appreciate what you've told me tonight. That means an awful, awful lot. That's an excellent Christmas present. Thank you.
Oh, are you sweet? It's so my pleasure. Thank you so much.
Oh,
All the
you're
best.
welcome. And hello, Tony.
Oh, Tony, you got a fan. She's lovely.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. You know what's interesting? When I read for these people, I don't know anybody's names because we only get a telephone number.
My name is Nancy.
Nancy, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes. You too.
Thank you.
Too.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very, very much.
Okay, everybody. So that's it for tonight. I kind of feel like there might be one more that I should be taking, though. One more caller. Okay, let's get one. Is this 951? Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm
I can't hear you. I'm so sorry.
Oh, is that any better?
Yeah, are you crying?
I'm just I feel a little verklempt and surprised that you took my call.
Oh.
And I'm so glad.
Oh, it's so my pleasure. I just felt like I had to take another caller. Just say yes or no. I'm getting an M and an S initial. Do you have family that's an M or an S?
Yes.
Which letter? S or
yes.
S?
An M.
Is the M a male?
Yes.
Is it a Michael or Mark or Matt?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Who is that? Are you there?
My nephew.
Mercury's retrograde, so the spirits are playing with your phone. Who's Michael?
Nephew.
I'm so sorry, you're breaking up.
Nephew.
Go to a place with your phone that has better reception.
I'm in.
Oh, go wait.
Peter?
We're going to be patient. We're not going anywhere. Who's Michael?
This me better?
Yes.
It's my nephew.
Is he deceased or living?
He's living.
Are you worried about Michael?
Empress?
Are you worried about Michael?
Very.
Okay, I feel like they need professional help or they need therapy. I feel like you might be able to help Michael, but something's not right with Michael.
Yes.
Yeah, and you know what's when I said I think I need to take one more caller because I almost stopped closed the show, I was hearing the name Michael in my head. So there must be a real need for Michael to get help. Do you have is his family away from him, or are they broken or something?
They are broken.
A broken family, right?
His mother, my sister, tries very hard, but I think she's kind of afraid to address the issue. So it's been a lot of frustrating years, but it's frustrating and it's frightening after what just happened in Saugus yesterday.
What are you saying, that he would get a gun and hurt people, or what?
That's what I don't know. But when that happened,
yes,
I thought, I worry that if his issues aren't dealt with, that he could be one of these kind of people. And I don't know that, but I'm very concerned.
Yeah, but your intuition is kicking in as if it is, and I was concerned about it, Michael. So they should follow his social media and see if he says anything that's dysfunctional or aggressive or abusive. And also, your sister needs to put her foot down with him and get him into some help. She's got to do tough love, because there's a problem with this boy. Something's not right.
You're so right.
He's an angry boy.
Yes.
Does he do drugs at all?
I don't think he does yet. He's on a lot of different things, but nobody's actually ever officially diagnosed him with anything. Doctors are just like, oh, okay, here, take this.
So he's like chemically imbalanced. He needs a psychopharmacologist, a good one, because they're self-medicating him and it's not right. Or maybe not self-medicating, but they don't have their finger on the problem. My gut feeling is that you're right. He's going to be abusive or aggressive or harmful if there's not help given. And tell your sister I said this, but you need a psychopharmacologist and a good psychologist that he needs to talk to. How old is he?
I will tell her.
Is he a teenager? How old is he?
He's 16.
He's a teenager,
And the anger and the disrespect for adults in particular has changed. It's been obvious for several years, but he's now becoming more aggressive and disrespectful, and it's worrisome. I worry about everybody. I mean, he's a bully. They are trapped in the house by a bully.
Is he also bipolar, or is he like different personalities or something?
That's the problem, is there is no official diagnosis.
Okay, so this needs to be addressed. And do you have kids?
I do not.
Okay.
I'm kind of like the second, because their father abandoned them. I'm kind of the other parent.
Okay.
But my hands are tied because I'm not.
Okay, then you sit down with your sister and you tell her, because if somebody else gets hurt, it's going to be on her head.
Yes.
You go ahead with, was this one of your concerns when you called me today?
It's one of many, but this past week has become a big concern. And when what happened in Saugus, it's the first thing I thought of.
Well,
I just thought, my gosh,
everybody's
it could
intuitive.
be him one day, possibly.
Everybody's intuitive. You're intuitive. You're being tipped off. And when I say have the courage, confidence, commitment to conquer it, you need to act upon it, even if it means, having issue with your sister.
I will have to. It's been a conversation I've had with her for many years.
Yeah, but something's not right. Something's not right, and I don't even know why. I mean, I knew I had to take another caller, and Michael was in my head. It really was. That's why I got the M initial so fast.
I'm so glad that you did.
Okay, well, thank you so much for calling. I'm so sorry we've got to go.
Thank you so much.
Oh, God bless you.
I'm going to call my sister right now.
You're a lovely, lovely woman. Take good care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you.
God bless you
Bye-bye.
too. Thank you. Okay, everybody, that's it for now. I do private sessions. You can always go to char.net and set up a private session. And also, I'm doing some life coaching, some psychic life coaching. I've decided because times have been so difficult for so many people, they need more guidance. So I'm doing that as well if that interests you. All right. Well, from Sunny and Tony and me and Nicole in the office, thanks, Nicole, for all you're doing over there. And I want to thank April Hernandez Castillo for being such an amazing guest. And I want to thank all of you for watching, and we'll see you next week. I'll try to take callers next week. And remember, intuition will take you places logic never could. Bye-bye.